Aaron Nesmith, the Indiana Pacers' dynamic guard forward donning jersey number 23, has rapidly solidified his position as an indispensable component of the team's core. Standing at 6'6" and weighing 215 pounds, Nesmith has garnered recognition for his potent 3&D capabilities, evolving from a promising lottery pick with early career uncertainties into a critical two-way contributor for a franchise making significant strides in the Eastern Conference. His journey, marked by an initial period of adjustment with the Boston Celtics, followed by a transformative trade to Indiana, underscores a narrative of perseverance, adaptation, and the profound impact of an optimal environment on player development.
This is my house, no flight zone. Try to take off, you're on your own.
Before he was drilling threes in the NBA, Aaron Nesmith was already a certified bucket in Charleston, South Carolina. Born in 1999, he dominated high school hoops at Porter God, leading them to 3 straight state titles and racking up over 2,000 points in his career. Gatorade Player of the Year, 3-time CISA Player of the Year. This kid was the moment. Fast forward to Vanderbilt, Nesmith made an instant impact. As a freshman, he stepped up big after Darius Garland's injury, averaging 11 points a game. But it was his sophomore season where he turned heads. 23 points per game, 52% from 3, and leading the SEC in scoring, until a foot injury cut his season short. Still, he shot like a flamethrower, automatic from deep. That elite shooting? It earned him a lottery selection in the 2020 NBA Draft, 14th overall by the Boston Celtics. At 6 feet 6 inches, 215 pounds, he had the size, the work ethic, and most importantly, the one elite skill every NBA team craves: lights-out shooting. Drafted by the Boston Celtics in 2020, he landed on a roster chasing titles, not development. In his rookie season, he flashed potential, hitting 37% from deep, but only saw the court for 14 minutes a night. Year 2, even fewer minutes, and his shooting dipped. It wasn't a talent issue, it was a numbers game. The Celtics were stacked on the wings: Tatum, Brown, Schroeder, Richardson. There just wasn't room to grow. Even coach Ime Udoka admitted it was tough. He had veterans ahead of him. So Nesmith bounced between the bench and the G League. But then, a plot twist. In July 2022, Boston traded Nesmith to Indiana in the Malcolm Brogdon deal. At the time, critics scoffed. That's it for Brogdon? But for Nesmith, it was a reset, a team rebuilding, a chance to finally show what he could do. No longer buried in the depth chart, he brought fire, defense, and that long-range touch to a young Pacers squad. Suddenly, what looked like a minor trade became a steal. For Nesmith, Indiana wasn't just a new team, it was a career revival. When Aaron Nesmith was traded to Indiana, many thought he was just a throw-in. But what happened next? A breakout story few saw coming. The Pacers gave Nesmith something he didn't have in Boston: a role, a runway, and real minutes. And from his very first season in Indiana, he took flight. In 2022-23, Nesmith played 73 games and started 60 of them. Compare that to a combined 4 starts across 2 years in Boston. He averaged 10.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, and connected on nearly 37% from 3. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the moment he seized the opportunity. December 18th, 2022, 23 points and 10 boards. That performance locked him in as Indiana's starting small forward, and just weeks later, he torched the Lakers for a then career-high 24 points. The message? Nesmith had arrived. By the next season, 2023-24, his evolution was undeniable. 12.2 points per game, shooting 41.9% from 3, and a bigger offensive role. He dropped 26 points on the Cavs, and against the Knicks, he hit 7 threes in a single game. The sharpshooter Boston hoped for, Indiana unleashed him. Then came 2024-2025. Injuries limited him to 45 games, but when he played, he was deadly efficient. 12 points per game, 50.7% from the field, 43.1% from 3, and 91.3% from the line. That's flirting with the elite 50-40-90 club, a gold standard in shooting. And when the postseason lights came on, Nesmith leveled up. In the 2024 NBA playoffs, he started all 17 games, averaging nearly 33 minutes, putting up 10.5 points, 4.9 rebounds, and playing elite perimeter defense. But it was in 2025 that he etched his name in playoff lore. The Pacers went on a Cinderella run, reportedly reaching the NBA Finals, and Nesmith became one of their most clutch performers. In 13 to 16 playoff games, he averaged around 15 points and over 5 rebounds per night, while shooting a ridiculous 50% to 53.5% from 3. His signature moment? Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Knicks. 30 points, 8 of 9 from deep, including 6 three-pointers in the fourth quarter alone. He didn't just help the Pacers win, he willed them back. That fourth quarter outburst set a record for most threes in a single playoff quarter since 1998. So what changed? Minutes. Trust. A defined role. In Boston, Nesmith averaged just 11 to 14 minutes with few starts. In Indiana, 25 to 28 minutes a night, a near-permanent starter. The Pacers let him play through mistakes, build rhythm, and play to his strengths. And in return, he gave them efficient shooting, hustle defense, and fearless playoff moments. What began as a quiet trade quickly became one of the Pacers' best moves in years. Aaron Nesmith didn't just find a team, he found his game. Using NBA API to extract Aaron Nesmith's data, we find that on a per-minute basis, he ranks just below the league average in defensive rating. In the first plot, you'll notice him positioned slightly below the dotted yellow line, which represents the league's average defensive performance. For added context, Mikal Bridges emerged as the top per-minute defender, anchoring the upper left quadrant of the chart with elite efficiency. On the opposite end, Jarace Walker, also from Indiana, recorded the least effective per-minute defense this season. But this snapshot doesn't tell the full story. Nesmith's below-average per-minute rating is heavily influenced by limited court time. Due to injuries, he appeared in just 62 games, averaging only 17 minutes per night. That lower volume means each defensive lapse weighs more heavily in per-minute metrics, inflating his rating and painting an incomplete picture of his overall value. Now let's shift the lens to per-game performance, and the picture changes dramatically. Here, Aaron Nesmith emerges as the top 3&D player in the league. He balances solid defensive rating per game with an exceptional three-point shooting ratio, combining volume with efficiency. He is marked in lime green and also highlighted in purple as the best 3&D composite player using our normalized scoring system, which ranked all players by combining two things: how good they are at defense lower is better, and how efficient they shoot threes. We scaled both to the same range, averaged them, and the one with the best balance of both, the top 3&D, turned out to be Aaron Nesmith. In contrast, Bradley Beal appeared as the weakest defender per game, while Jeremy Grant topped the league on pure defensive rating alone. But it was Nesmith who balanced both ends of the floor, a quietly elite perimeter contributor. Last season, Aaron Nesmith's closest statistical match was Jaden McDaniels, a player widely recognized for his elite on-ball defense and physical tools. That made sense. Nesmith was often tasked with guarding the opposing team's best wing, and his role leaned heavily on defense. But this season, the comparison tells a different story. Using cosine similarity, Nesmith's closest match isn't a pure defender. It's Nicola Batum from the 2009 to 2010 season. In his early days, Batum wasn't a high-usage scorer, but he carved out a key role by doing the little things: hitting spot-up threes, switching defensively across multiple positions, and making timely cuts and passes. A classic 3&D glue guy. That's exactly the kind of role Nesmith is growing into. He's no longer just a stopper, he's becoming a smart, versatile small forward who contributes without needing the ball, making him a seamless fit in modern lineups. In conclusion, Aaron Nesmith's impact on the Indiana Pacers is multifaceted and evolving. He has become the archetypal 3&D wing, a player who brings floor spacing, defensive grit, and non-stop hustle, all traits that define winning basketball in today's NBA. Early in his professional career, Nesmith was primarily known for his defense, a gritty wing stopper who embraced tough assignments and gave full effort on every possession. But what we're witnessing now is a transformation. He's starting to unlock the offensive potential he was once known for back in his high school and college days, where shooting was his standout skill. That offensive growth, especially his catch-and-shoot efficiency, is finally aligning with his elite defensive motor. His chemistry with Tyrese Haliburton has taken his game to another level. Haliburton's vision and timing have unlocked Nesmith's ability to find space and capitalize as a shooter, making him a perfect complementary piece in Indiana's evolving system. And in the 2025 playoffs, Nesmith showed just how dangerous he can be, delivering a record-setting shooting performance in the Eastern Conference Finals, proving he's more than a role player, he's a moment maker. Still, if there's a caveat, it's availability. With only 62 games played and limited minutes, his per-minute stats can be misleading. But it's not due to inefficiency, it's due to injuries and perhaps being deployed as a strategic spark, a secret weapon off the bench. As he continues to grow and stay healthy, Aaron Nesmith is no longer just a defensive stopper. He's evolving into a versatile, reliable weapon on both ends of the court. Quietly efficient, criminally underrated, and exactly the kind of player who helps you win playoff games.